Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so it's the Mastermind. Today is the 12th of March, and we are talking about events that have been postponed, the short story competition that I have received information about, and kind of just anything else you guys have going on. If you guys are looking for speaking, I can help you do those things and book you on them or forward them to you. And if they're paying gigs or whatever, I don't mind paying for it for you to get the exposure. That's totally fine with me. But okay, so this company is called Something or Other Publishing. And if you're interested in doing the short story competition, let me know and I'll forward you the email. I didn't want to like bombard you and you're like, I'm not interested in it. But
send it, because I'll send it out to all my authors, see who wants to do it. Because you know what? I'm thinking Meg, maybe.
She's one that popped in my mind for horror. And then James, you popped in my mind for like thriller, you know, with your like mob series and stuff. And then for the romance was Athena that popped in my mind.
What about CJ for romance? She's got a lot of romance.
Yeah, so it's a short story contest. I'll just share my screen so you guys can see it. Ignore my background noise.
That's fine.
Yeah. So this was the email that I received. So I don't know. They're offering a cash prize. I've looked into it, but I haven't like fully gone in like research mode into it, but it popped in and it didn't go to my spam folder. So this is what it looks like and this is what they're looking for. So I'll send it to you guys and you know that are interested, and then we can kind of get it all moving in that sense. But I thought it was pretty cool. I don't usually receive emails like that. So it's like, oh, that's cool.
So I have a question. It says they're looking for submissions in that those categories you mentioned, but it says they do nonfiction. So maybe
they're looking for 13 fiction and 12 nonfiction short story categories, and they're specifically looking for submissions in the four that I mentioned.
That'll be interesting. Throw your hat in there, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I will send it to everybody.
If you don't mind, I'm going to put in the chat our Eventbrite link for the Houston Writers Guild's conference coming up June 11th through the 13th. So if you guys want to please kind of just share it everywhere, you know, let people know that there's this opportunity. We've got some really great speakers lined up. And the original founder of Comic Palooza is going to be our keynote speaker on Saturday. We've got Tex Thompson doing some workshops as well. So, I mean, and Roger Leslie's going to be our Friday speaker. So we got some good stuff going on. If y'all want to shoot it out to some of your authors, you know, let them know. That'd be really cool.
But you guys are also doing your, it's not an essay competition. I don't know why I thought that, but you're doing a short story competition too, right?
Yeah, we have our short story contest open. It's women's voices. So anything, you know, it can be a narrative fictional story, or it can be a nonfiction story about, you know, empowering women. And we also have available poetry. So you can submit either to the short story, you know, fiction or nonfiction, or poetry. We're looking for like the theme is women's voices, you know. So I think it's going to be open through June.
I think so. I think it's June 1st, right?
Yeah, I think that's the new deadline, that because we were going to try to publish it at the conference, but we decided to just leave it more open, let more people submit, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think I have to adjust those dates online, but yeah, if any of your authors want to do a short story for that would be awesome, you know.
All right, yeah, I'll pass it around. You know, I'll pass the link around.
Yeah, I think that's a good opportunity though, because I know Greg, Roxanne was telling me that Comic Palooza got postponed till July. So do you have any information about those and like some other events for people?
Well, they postponed it to July 17th and 18th, I believe, which is 1 week before Conroe. So it's going to be a hectic 2 weeks. Make sure you have enough books for both if you're doing both.
Right. And then Julie, I heard that Alan's event in Seguin got postponed. Do you have any information about that?
No.
Okay, because I know he hasn't like reset a date, but I think he was looking into August is what Roxanne had told me yesterday in our meeting. So I know like events, the only one that I currently know that is still happening is the one in Galveston. That's the only one for May that I currently know is like actually happening.
Oh, so far in May, we still have the Dagon. I don't know if you guys have seen that one. Hang on, we signed up for it. Where's May? May. DagaCon. DagaCon. It's in Dayton, Texas, and it's set for 7, 8, and 9 of May. And so far, I have not sent any word about changing it or yeah. I mean, so far it's going, and we've got table there. So
There is
I'm
another
in-
one in May that I just posted. Now, I don't know what it would be like for certain authors, but it is a Celtic in Tyler, a Celtic festival in Tyler. So, I mean, you could almost do fantasy in that.
What is it, Celtic?
it'd probably be good for romance
Irish.
too, right?
Celtic and probably romance.
Yeah.
Thank you. Nice. Okay. And then
Where's that, Greg?
It's near Tyler, Texas. It's actually 2 weekends in May, a Memorial Weekend and then the weekend after.
It might be interesting to do that since Comic Palooza's out.
I'm thinking about it. I'm just not sure about travel with chemo.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because my chemo will start back by then.
Yeah. And then who's interested in doing just any kind of author interviews? So everybody? Okay.
Everybody, yeah.
Yay.
I'm also doing the Killer Nashville. That's in August.
that
that
one's
one's-
gonna be perfect for you. I'm really
Yeah,
excited.
that one's
for doing
going.
it.
And
Yeah.
so I'm
I'm
doing that
excited.
one. I just put it in the chat there.
Mhm,
I
that one's
also-
gonna be good. Greg, talk
I
about your
also
Kickstarter.
posted my Kickstarter there because this is the last weekend and the big prize is short. If those rewards get taken, then I'm good.
Okay. All right, so we'll be passing that around to help get that funded. So one of the shows that I'm talking about is called the Douglas Coleman Show. And he has 2 versions. They do a video version, which goes up on YouTube, and he has a little over 3,000, 4,000 subscribers, which is good. So he interviews any author. You can talk about your book, promote it. Now, the downside to this interview is he is very monotone. He's not very energetic. So for someone like me, that's, very difficult. But for, if you can make it through the conversation with him, I think it would be great.
Don't let me fall asleep during it.
Yeah.
I've been looking at doing his. I haven't sent him one yet, but I was thinking of doing the video for his. They charge for the video, just to let y'all know. So, but I don't know. It looks like it's worthwhile. I see him quite often on the information I get too. So I see his thing come up quite often. And the video one is something new. He was doing the podcast first, and now he added the video side to it. So they do charge, but I don't think it's a lot. I can't remember what it is he charges for the video.
So I had it where I had reached out for just to see how many it would be, and I think it's $40 to do the video one, because that's the one I was reaching out about. But I mean, I already have, I've already been in contact and stuff. So you guys if you're interested in doing that, I can just reach out and be like, hey, here's another author, and they can tell me the time slots. I know they're booking for April. So if you're interested in doing one like that, I do have. There was another one that popped up. I don't have it on my tab at the moment. They don't charge anything, and they just really kind of want to hear the background story that authors have and what kind of inspired them to write. And that one is a video one too, I believe, but that one doesn't have any charge. So I get these weekly and I try to send them out to everybody that it works with. But then, you know, the monotone, I'm like, well, that wouldn't work for me. So I don't really know who it would work for. So I wanted to kind of just do that in the mastermind and be like, hey, who's interested in doing these things? Because I will send them to you. Hopefully everybody's getting my emails. I don't know what is going on with my send grid. I guess it's marking some as spam, and then some like Spectrum emails they're marketing as we've been communicating too much. So they halted my communication with those people. So it's a hot mess. So I'm glad that you guys are getting them. It's a big hot mess that I'm encountering, but I will send them personally to you guys so you do get them. But I think because of, you know, these big events are being postponed or just pushed back, I think it's a good way to kind of keep you guys to be visible and get you out there. You may not get a ton of book sales, you know, but his audience is 3,000 people that didn't know that you existed. So it's totally worth doing. I don't mind, you know, paying for you guys to do it because I'm already in communication with them. That's fine. I know with the Douglas Coleman show, you do have to have a Skype account if you want to do the video version, because they're going to want your Skype information. So just to kind of throw that out there, you can create one. It's free to do, but if you're wanting to do the video aspect of it, that's how they do it.
What's the name on that, Amy?
The Douglas Coleman show.
Okay.
Yes. And then I have that short story that I told you guys about. We're going through this a lot quicker. I am running super late today. My kids are not cooperating with me and I'm low on coffee. So very low on coffee, you guys. But I think, so there's that. Okay, so I wanted to kind of go off of what Athena had mentioned last time, which was the mindset speaker. So I do have the mindset speaker. Melanie DeShong is talking Monday night, everything mindset. Which I think is going to help for writer's block, kind of inspire other genres and things like that. I do have a marketing person who's going to be talking April 5th that does, she owns a networking group and everything like that. So I wanted to warn you ahead of time. She does have a program going that she's offering you guys a discount for. So that is going to be mentioned on April 5th, Monday night. She's not going to hard sell you. She's just offering the discount to the group if you guys are interested in that program. So just a heads up for April 5th, that will be happening then. And then Fern's coming back on the 29th. Yeah.
We'll finally get to contract.
I'm gonna be so tired. I have next weekend, I have another event, which is Southern Star Brewery in Conroe, which is part of the Comic Conroe.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing, I was just reading the cosplay contest, and they'll have food trucks. Of course, they're going to have a brewery, so you know there's going to be drinks.
Yay, drinks.
Those brews are a little bit stronger than your normal beer.
Well, they're the good beer. Okay.
Then the weekend after that, I have MagCon, which I'm thinking about talking to them if other authors are interested in just having a permanent table there for each year, and then just switching off with different authors, maybe even sharing a table or whatever, because it's almost guaranteed that I can get it each year now.
Yeah.
And they only have 9 tables, and it's out in New Caney. So it's, I guess being in New Caney and being a squeaky wheel, it was given to me. And it's a gaming convention, but for fantasy books, that's a good place. In New Caney, there's nothing to do but read or go to Walmart.
Hey, Greg, can you say again this thing about, because I signed up for Comic Conroe, but I haven't heard about this other thing you just mentioned.
It's a Southern Star Brewery. It's their kickoff event. Are you on their cosplay cars and craft brews page on Facebook?
No.
Let me get in here real quick. Invite. Thought I sent you an invite. There we go. Yeah, you should be getting it now on Facebook.
Okay, so that's where you're seeing these notices about things related to Comic
Yeah,
Conroe.
and I'm also the program manager for them. So I'm setting up panels, which no one's submitted a panel yet, to my knowledge. Have you, Fern?
I haven't. Do I send it to you? I can send it to you.
On the first one, if you can, I want to see if their page works and how they had me set it up. So if you could just put it in there. I
Okay.
want to talk to CJ and LM or Lydia, find out if they're gonna be there for sure or not.
Okay.
And maybe,
For the Comic Conroe, right?
yes. And
Yeah,
then
I
Are these
queried-
virtual or these in person?
these are in person.
I sent an email to this guy, Steve Simmons, who's the guy that I talked to about registering.
Mhm.
And he sent me back an email with the name of someone for registering for panels, and it's not your name.
Now they just made me program manager last week. So what name did he give you?
Hold on, I'm gonna have to pull it up. I'll send you a chat.
And
with
how
him.
long ago was it?
No, it's just recent, just recent. I'm kind of overwhelmed right now trying to put my house back together. But I sent him this message on March 5th saying, will there be panels at Comic Conroe? How do I apply to organize the panel? And then he replied with a name that wasn't yours. So I'll find the name in a minute when I do a search.
Well, it should be Scott Smith that's in charge of it all.
Okay, so you're a subset of Scott Smith.
Oh, Scott Smith is the one who's running the main person, the media coordinator.
Okay. Anyway, I was planning to submit something. I submitted a request for Comic Palooza. And it's just whatever being held now since they've pushed everything back till July.
Yeah, Comic Palooza is going to be back to back with Comic Conroe. That's
Mhm.
a heavy set of weekends there.
Well, I'm just wondering if it's gonna cut into the audience for Comic Conroe, since people would have real enthusiasts will just have done Comic Palooza.
No,
You don't think so?
no, because they're going to have a different set of people going to each one. You're going to have guests for Comic Palooza, which are going to be a little bit higher up the rank depending on how much they spend. And Comic Palooza is going to be big. Comic Conroe wants to stay medium size, so they're not going to have as many guests like Comic Palooza would. And you're going to have different sets of guests.
Yeah, and you're going to
Right.
have all the people who live like in the Woodlands area and stuff like that. They're going to prefer Comic Conroe to driving all the way downtown to George R. Brown. There's a lot of people.
Especially Magnolia, which isn't too far away.
Yeah, they'll have a good audience, a different audience.
Huntsville,
again,
Magnolia.
Greg is the knowledge source in all this, but they told me for Comic Palooza, they're gonna follow whatever the safety regulations the city of Houston requires. So it's probably not gonna be full blast,
No.
as
No.
before, because they're gonna still have some safety regulations, I imagine, but I
Even right now, Comic Conroe is social distancing the tables.
So I found the email. He said, yes, there will be panels, and he just said you can send a request to and gave me a link. So that must be the link you want us to try out. So I'll do that later today.
It will be on a Comic Conroe page, and then it's
It
place
says
to submit
panels at
panels.
comicconroe.com.
Correct. They had me set up the email where the email comes to a Mozilla Thunderbird, whatever, which is first time for me trying it, but no one submitted any panels yet. So we're not sure if that works or yet or not.
Okay.
And I got to call him later today, hopefully.
Nice. Okay, you're probably gonna hear my daughter in the background, but our Fridays are going, you guys. Okay, so how confident are we that Comic Palooza will happen in July?
I'm pretty
I'm
sure
laughing
that they'll
at you.
both happen.
Okay, because that's what I was wondering, because I know that it seemed like it, could go on because Texas opened up, for it to happen in May, but when the fact that they pushed it back, that's what makes me nervous, that they could push it back even more.
I think they pushed it back from what I understand, but Greg, you might know better because George R. Brown is being used, right, for vaccine
Correct.
vaccinations. So I
That's
think
one of the,
that was the big issue, I think.
Oh, okay, that makes sense, okay. I like it.
and then they took an opening date that was able to. But I also think because they have made no announcements, I think they were having trouble getting people.
Yeah.
And with it being in July, I think they'll have a better chance of getting people down here.
Yeah, it could
Yeah, I think also the later in the year, the more successful it'll be because more people will feel comfortable. I mean, like I'm going for my first shot of the vaccine on Sunday, so by end of April, I'll be fully vaccinated. I think the more people who are fully vaccinated, the more comfortable people are just going around, so it just makes sense to wait for more of that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. And I feel like then more people will feel comfortable coming to those events and everything, which I think that'll be good. But how else are you guys staying like visible? Like I know these short stories, that I can send you guys and some of these radio things, but how are you guys staying visible in between all these kind of
Being
things?
annoying on Facebook. I'm just trying to be as annoying as I can on Facebook.
Well, I'm about to
Podcast
annoy
each
my
week.
Of
people.
course, you're being strategic about your annoyance. Yes, you are.
I'm about to annoy a lot of people with my Black Authors Matters and start asking for people to vote for me. I just got the video, the MP4 for my interview that I did. So it's going out. You guys are going to get a copy. You're going to get an email to you. It'll be on my website and all that kind of stuff. And so voting is for like 2 weeks. It starts on Monday. And I think it's voted for 2 weeks. So you won't get a message every day, but expect one at least once or twice a week.
Okay, hey, I can do that. I get so many notifications every day that if something gets missed, send it to me in a personal message and be like, hey, Amy, you missed this.
Can you vote every day?
I guess so.
No, it probably tracks your IP address.
They told me I could vote as many times as I like, so I don't know.
Oh, that's tricky.
Well, I'm doing.
I love that though. I love it. I'll do it every day. Julie,
I'm
I
doing
love your math.
podcasts.
I think that's great.
Thank you.
Also, y'all should put your books on readers' favorites. There is an option to pay for them to pick it up and review it faster, but you can just put it on there to pick up a review, and that gives you a professional review, and they're really good. And then they have like a book contest option as well. I don't know if it's open yet for 2021, but I put mine on there for a review. I got a 5-star, got a really nice review of it, and I'm putting several of my authors in there to just get some more reviews,
I did read a favorite, I think, with Pegasus back, when it was new. So I haven't put anything on there recently, but yeah, they do a nice job. And like you said, if you pay, they will do it quicker. Yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah.
But also, I mean, they have a lot of readers that go through their stuff to look for books. So it's not a bad place to stick it in there, and you pick up new readers there.
Yeah, that's true. I know me and James are working on getting one of his authors in book boxes.
Yeah.
That may be something.
Did you email any of the people that she had on the list?
I Facebook or Instagram messaged them, like she had said that would be the better way to communicate with them. 2 of them wrote me back and said that we have to email them. So I was like, okay. So I'll
send me which one send me the information so I can email them. I don't want to be bombarding people with the same people you're hitting.
Oh, so, yeah. The only one that
wrote me back,
the only one that wrote me back was Owl Crate.
Okay.
They're the only ones that wrote me, but I'll send their email to you. But that may be a good option for, the fantasy writers and stuff. That may be a good option once me and James figure out exactly how it works. It may be kind of cool to get into one of those.
And I don't know if you guys want to, I'm thinking of doing another, bundle for either, I'm thinking we might do kids stuff in May, like the kids books maybe. Since it's kind of for summertime, get your kids some and do some kind of promotional thing where like we throw in some kids work books, kid friendly, YA, middle grade, across the spectrum, you know, and we give it away for free in exchange for them doing something, like we did the last one. We had 57 clicks on it. So
Okay.
that was a pretty, I mean, that's 57 people who got our book bundle and, potentially will be reading them, liking them, getting the full book for Julie, getting some of the other books on, from the other authors. So I don't know. I think it works, for like pushing them into other books we have,
Fern, do you have tracking information for everybody's or?
I can get it. I can get like how many, how it went from the 57 that went to the bundle, like the downloads for all of the different books. I can get that for you guys.
Okay. Yeah. Can you send that to me? I would like to know.
Yeah.
So does anybody know how these like us books and things like that work? Like how you get your books in those?
And the what?
Well, okay. So I attended a book party because I didn't really know what it was and I wanted to know what it was about. And they have like, those independent consultants that, try to sell the books or whatever. But there's a whole online catalog of these books. And it's like us books, like how Scholastic used to do it, like in the pop-up book fairs at school. So my question is, how does anyone know how to get into those? Ever heard of them? Because like book shows are cool.
This is new on me. I haven't heard of us books.
Okay, I will research that. I wanted to see if anyone had like heard of it or knew kind of what that all was entailed. Okay, so we can do that because they have like independent consultants, I guess, that go on, but they do like book parties. So it's like Cincy or Avon, Mary Kay, like those, they throw those Mary Kay parties. It's like that, but for these books. And so they have someone come on and talk about all the books that they like, and it's a live or whatever. And then the people viewing go onto the catalog and they can purchase books. And it has all these books in there. I mean, there's like different age ranges, genres, whatever, and people buy them. So that's what I wanted. Okay, I'll do research on that.
I can't remember who it was, but somebody that was a PTA president in Pasadena actually got my book into their school district library.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's information I need to know. Okay.
I think a lot of that was PTA presidents making the suggestion and having it put there.
Yeah, but then how do you do that? Because it's not just like they have like adult books and stuff too. So I wonder how to do it. Okay, I will research that. That's on my list, and then I'll check back in with you guys at the end of the month about, hey, I figured out how we're going to do this. So okay, because it's on my list. I have it like on my list to do. Okay.
Greg, do you have any kids like YA middle grade books, or are all yours adult books?
Mine are young adult.
Well, you could throw in a book with our bundle then. I was just thinking of like, because I wasn't sure what level yours were.
Oh, young adult.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
a couple of those.
I think Haley's will fit into like the young adult type of. She calls her young adults or new adults. So
yeah, I think that's what she calls it. It's a new age or new adult book.
Yeah.
I figure we could put in, a couple of like picture books, because I know several of us have picture books. Maybe I'll throw in like one of the anthologies, that has like a mixed bag of stuff in it, and then like a couple YAs, middle grades, that way the bundle can stretch across the spectrum of age grade,
Yeah.
Now, when they went to the bundle, they got all 4 books or
they got
5
all
books?
the books. We had like 9
right.
books in the bundle.
But they didn't just buy like one book or get one book. They got a bunch of them, right?
They got all of them.
They got all of them. Okay.
Yeah. Once you got the bundle link, then you went in there. You downloaded the bundle, and it downloaded all of the books, like 8 full books, and then Julie's excerpt.
Oh, I must have did something wrong there. 'Cause it looked like it was only picking one book out of the group.
Oh, that's weird. No, it's supposed to download all of them.
Oh.
Together. But I'll go in and double check.
She's gonna go in and double check. I'm pretty sure she's frozen.
Yeah, I think he's gonna double check.
Yeah.
And she's
Back,
frozen
Fern.
now.
Fern's back. Oh, no,
There
you're
she goes
frozen.
again.
She's frozen. She is frozen. If only my children would freeze. This would be so much better if they would freeze.
Must be an ice
No, we
dragon
love your
around there.
children. We
I don't
love your
understand it.
kids.
It's like on Friday they just know.
Am I unfrozen again or not yet?
You're
Yeah,
back.
frozen
Okay,
now.
okay. Does anybody have anything else? Because I'm going to mute myself. So if anybody else wants to talk, please talk.
Well,
I'll just
podcast.
mention that, actually the people that need to hear this are not here, but one of our members, Joanne, I'm sorry, that's not right, Diane, does her own podcast where she has authors read their children's book. And I did that last week or earlier this week. Anyway, I did it and it's easy to do and she's very good. Actually, I think we're gonna probably retake part of mine, but because I've never done anything like this, she wants you to show the illustrations, and it was really hard for me to do that and read at the same time. So I have to do a better job at that. But anyway, she's, if you have a children's book, I mean, children's book, not young adult, you should get in touch with Diane and offer to read for her. And then she puts it up on her podcast.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Speaking of
Really
Diane,
not, I mean, it's
Fern,
not really podcast. I'm thinking about this. It probably is, it's young, it's, she tapes it and then she puts it on YouTube, is what she does. So she has a YouTube channel. It's called Story Garden.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Okay, I am back. Okay, so
Is this the same Diane, Greg? That is it
Yep.
our- yeah. Okay.
Her name
is
is,
it going to be?
her last name is Boehm, but it's Boehm. That's how she pronounces it, I think. Diane Boehm.
Are you going to get her, or am I going to get her?
I
For
think
what?
it's your turn to get her. 'Cause
It's my turn to get her.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
I already harassed her a little bit. So I think it's your turn to nag.
I think he wrote the Little Girl in the Moon series.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
because I got that from
Well,
my
she's a
grandkids.
member of this group. She just has been, she's had a bad year. Her
Yeah.
mother died and her daughter, I think it's her daughter, no, or her son has had a child. So they've been up in Virginia for several weeks to help with the new baby. And then her mother died. And then evidently they own 3 properties and all of them had freeze issues. So she's been dealing with that. So we haven't seen her here very much, but she is a member of this
Yeah.
group.
she's
She,
just-
I think they just had the memorial for her mother last weekend.
yeah.
I mean, because
So that was-
I did leave it open on the March Madness. If she just wanted to say, hey, I don't want to do it, then I tried to make it as obvious that it's okay, if you decide to because sometimes
Oh, I
we
know.
get stuff on our plate that just, sometimes you
Yeah.
just have to backtrack.
If it's not her, who would it be? Sherry's turn.
I think so. Because I pretty much, I mean, I can go in there. I think I mentioned the sheep farm, but I can go in there and just tweak that out to, they're just going to go off to the first marker. And then whoever comes next can take us there.
Well, she went in and she actually edited, which confused me.
You did? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I don't know what's
my
going
phone
on.
is about to go dead.
Oh,
So I might be, just kicked off altogether in a few minutes. It usually lasts another 5 or 10 minutes before the battery runs out.
Well, just so y'all know, I do have my podcast, and tomorrow we'll be with Authorology. We'll be discussing we'll give a little bit of an update on March Madness, see how that's going, and we'll also be discussing the gala.
nice.
So obviously I've forgotten all the cons. Now I'm adding the gala, and I actually have 2 more cons that are coming up that are going to be on the show. So I'm I guess I could be called the con man. I don't know.
You are our con man. I love it. I love it. Well,
Hey, I was a carny. Don't worry about it. It's a proud life. I was a carny for a couple of weeks, for about a week or two.
After that, I have Lisa Olson, who's up in, I think, Montana, Michigan, one of the M states. But she's a comedian. She's been through some rough stuff, and she's going to help discuss about how possible ways to get through writer's block, which is something that Amy was talking about. Then the weekend after that will be Lydia and Tess Primack for audiobooks, or 2 weekends after that, because I have the 2 conventions, which I'll be doing on the podcast. And then I actually have a songwriter called Marty Ray from Marty Ray Project. And we'll be discussing how to put lyrics to music or words to music.
Nice.
And stuff like that.
That's going to be neat. So I got a call from Kathy Horizon this morning. I meant to mention this and I forgot, but my kid screaming somehow reminded me. She was listening to a podcast this morning from Novel Marketing, and they're doing like an in-depth book launching course. And so she wanted to know if anybody, if you guys were interested in that, because her idea was one of us could attend it and could teach it to the Thursday or Monday night group. One of us could attend it and kind of bring the information and teach it to you guys. It is a course, so we'd have to pay for it. So we could all kind of chip in and pay for it. And one of us could attend to, teach it to the group. If you guys are interested in that, it's kind of what me and Sandy do, but she was saying it kind of goes more in depth on if you wanted to do your own book launch and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to pull up the information and I'll just send it out in an email. And if you're interested and it sounds like something good and you want to contribute, let me know before, we kind of do it. It wouldn't be until like May or June that we could teach to the group. But I think here comes Diane now. But something like that. So if you're interested in learning more about book launches and you think that would be beneficial, let me know so I can send you this email of the information and we can kind of go on about it. I don't want to do it unless there's enough people interested in it, because I have other speakers. I'm booked all the way through April on speakers. So it would be wouldn't be till May or June, but if it's not something you guys really kind of want to know about, because we've talked about it a lot, then that's fine. I just need feedback on it because I don't want to waste my energy in that direction. So let me know.
Well, it sounds interesting. I gotta go because between now and Sandy, I have one more call to make.
You're good. I may or may not have makeup on for Sandy's call. That's how my day is going. Okay. So,
all right.
Bye, I'll see you at 1 o'clock.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Diane, can you hear us?
Yeah, sorry I was late. I missed it.
You are fine. You can pop on anytime. That's why they're recorded. We were just talking about events being postponed, different writing opportunities that I was presented. So I was forwarding them to everybody, different speaking opportunities. So things like that. So what do you have going on that's going to kind of help you stay visible this year in between events and things?
Well, I'm waiting to hear if the ones that I was supposed to go to are being postponed. So I'm probably in somebody else's same boat. So I have to reorganize.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd have a call with you at some point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anyone can talk to me at any time. My kids may or may not be going off in the background like they are now, but that just comes with my territory. But Diane, I'll forward you the information about, we talked about the Douglas Coleman show. So if you're interested in talking to him about your book and everything, doing it video or whatever, I'll send you that information. So if you want to, do that in between, because you also have, Julie was saying the Story Garden, which Julie, I kind of missed that, but that's where you read your book, right?
It's Diane's YouTube channel. Diane, why don't you describe it?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Thank you, Julie. So I've been working out in the yard, so I would scare y'all right now if you saw me covered in mud. So I apologize. I was like, oh my God, the time. And but my Story Garden gives opportunities for independent authors to come on, children's authors, I should say, to come on and share their book and read it. And I do a short little interview, and I do it for free. It's my way of giving back. because I've been blessed. So I want to give back to the world. And that's what I do. So anybody who has friends that have written children's books and want to, and you think they'll enjoy being on the Story Garden, I welcome them.
Yeah, I think CJ and Lydia for sure would be awesome at that. So I will connect you guys so that way they can schedule it with you to do that.
Also, if you want, post it in Authorology, especially today since it's Breaking News Friday.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I don't know Authorology, so.
I thought you were part of Authorology.
Oh, you mean with your story? Then I need to get reading. I've read half of it. I need to get busy
No,
with
no.
that. Yeah.
I'm in on the Facebook page. We have
Oh,
a,
the Facebook page. Yes.
Right.
Okay. I shall do that. Thank you.
because that has
You're
like
pretty
2,
awesome with what you're doing with your getting us all to write a chapter in the book. It's really fun and engaging.
oh yeah, wait until it comes up. Like this happened last year. You'll come up, you're like thinking ahead of time. It's like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And then 2 people are before you and they just blow it away where you have to completely scratch and go back over.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's exciting though.
Nice. Well, you guys, that's all that I have. Make sure that you come this Monday though for the mindset. I think everybody's going to benefit from it. I think it's going to help you guys, whether you have writer's block or you're wanting to switch directions or just try something new. It's always good to kind of have a reset. You know, it's always just good to have a mental reset. So make sure that you come tonight. If not, it will be recorded, or Monday night. It will be recorded. It's no big deal if you can't make it, but I think it's going to be super beneficial. And next Monday, I promise I will have a better mastermind prepared. This Monday or Friday, I was just running around everywhere. But that's all that I have for you guys. So do you guys have anything for me? Questions? Anything?
One more thing.
Go. Yes.
One more thing. The podcast that we're doing on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock.
Mhm.
They're recorded, so they're not live, so you can check them out anytime. The next couple of days, the next couple of ones are mostly about publishing Rock Hill, but then we're going to start interviewing authors. And if anybody wants to be on the podcast, let me know, and we can also schedule you in sometime in, if not this season, next season, because we're getting ready to do what, 4, 5, and 6 or something like that.
Yep.
And so we're only doing 12 a season because we wanted to see how it works out and work that out. But I am going to open it up to other authors other than just the ones from Rock Hill. So if anybody wants to, now that y'all know me and y'all want to talk to me and be recorded.
Send me a link. And also, Amy, we might want to get together to figure out how to get on iHeartRadio.
Greg, you wanted me to do something too, didn't you? I think you sent me something.
I don't know. I know I'm booked all the way up to my birthday, which is April 17th already. So, I mean, I'm getting people left and right now.
I love it. I love it. Being booked is a good thing. I love it.
It is.
So James, I'll send you a note, and it's kind of exciting what you're doing with the authors, because I'm working on trying to do a podcast at a higher level for older adult authors. So yay. And Amy, if you want to call me after this, if you have time, that would be great.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have your number. It's in, yes, I do. I have it. Where am I at? I'm losing you guys. Okay. But yes, that's all that I have. Yes, iHeartRadio, Greg, we do need to get together to talk about how we can get on that. So I see you tomorrow though, right?
You see me tomorrow, 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
1
I see
o'clock my
Greg
time,
tomorrow
12 o'clock your time.
at 12 for our recording of his podcast, but
Right.
you're going to be on the Authorology meeting tomorrow, right?
Is that tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. They never sent me a link.
I haven't gotten it either. It's just on my calendar. It's the only way that my life is organized. My calendar.
I don't know. I'm supposed to be, I have the one thing at 1 o'clock. What time was that supposed to be?
I think it's like 11 to 12.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll like respond to the group message and see if we're having it tomorrow. Because I was gonna say, if not me and we can talk tomorrow about the iHeartRadio.
Yeah, I'd like to figure out how to get on there, because I think what we're doing could get on there and probably get a little bit of some advertisement.
Oh yeah, it's be good for James too. So I will figure it out and then we can all talk tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have the answer before I meet with any of you guys tomorrow.
Very good.
Yes,
And-
okay.
Just so you know, Diane, it is your turn. So whenever you're ready to start typing.
I will start on it today then. Thanks.
Alrighty. Thank you very much.
Perfect. All right. Well, you guys have a fantastic weekend. I will see you all on Monday. I don't have any more critters in my attic. So
Okay.
we're all good. We are all good and cleaned up, and it's just fantastic. So you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you all on Monday. Take care, everybody.